your opinion on what U.S. is doing? I honestly don't know. If you're talking about like the deportation of illegals, I'm absolutely for that. If you're talking about like arresting the Venezuelan leaders, I'm absolutely for that, because they've been waging war on the United States for years. Sending drugs, sending a poison into another nation is an act of war. Let's be honest. You're sending poison into another nation and trying to profit off of it. It's an act of war. I guess I'm gonna find out about the Venezuela. Sup. This is Decoy voice. Trump DGAF anymore. Oh, I get it. I hate it when people shorten like words. It always bothers me. That text talk.
President Trump just struck Venezuelan soil and abducted their dripped-out dictator with surgical precision. And as actual Venezuela...
That is hilarious. The people of Venezuela are cheering, are happy that a dictator has been removed. Americans, again, white, always look at their skin tone. It's okay to be racist when they're this idiotic, okay? It's always the white people. Well, not always, but they are the worst of the worst. Of course, I always say I'm white because I'm American, but I'm mixed, but it doesn't matter. They are the worst of the worst. There was a reason why I got myself an amazing Indian woman and not a stupid American. These intellects are so small. Oh my gosh. But yeah, let's just get into it. They're all happy.
Venezuelans are celebrating. For some reason, American liberals
White.
Immediately protesting in New York City. As Trump derangement syndrome runs so deep, leftists, yet again, are forced to cheer for everything they're allegedly against. As last night, Trump deployed Operation Absolute Resolve, with attack helicopters filling Venezuelan skies, striking several military sites.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing. Again, like I said, poison has been shipped into the United States for profit for decades. The United States citizens have been getting poisoned by the Venezuelan government because it's a dictatorship. It was an act of war years ago. It's about time we ended it. It is. It's South America. Venezuela is in South America. Mexico is in North America. Canada is in North America. Yeah, but that's But yeah, it's a. Oh, that's what you mean? Yeah. Continent. It's in the American continent. Sorry.
Heavy shelling all throughout the night.
Yes, and keep in mind, we had been striking their drug vessels. We had operatives on ground to make sure, hopefully, mostly only soldiers and those of targets were, we got. Were some innocent civilians casualties? Yes, absolutely. But so were the millions upon millions of U.S. citizens who were poisoned by the Venezuelan government.
Creating chaos on the ground floor. With massive...
Oh gosh, just seeing that is epic. And that kind of population of US is around 50%, and leftists are known fools. Yeah, they're fools. They're completely brain dead. Like I said, I've said it before. It's like when you see yourself as the pinnacle of society, you look to the rest of the world to embrace their problems because you yourself don't have any, or you make up your own problems. That's why everyone seems to have some kind of mental disability, whether it be real or fictitious. They just make it up themselves, and their IQ drops by a ton. And but people who are able to look outside and see like places like America, where people can get whatever they want immediately, do have better rights than some other locations, do have better protections, to the point where you can create your own problems or embrace problems for other nations, that you can see a future, you can see a better future. But the ones who are in that better future are completely brain dead. Bro, Trump is crazy. This time, he is not good. How? How? How is he not good? That's what I want to know. How is he not good? This right here is something that had needed to be done a long time ago. The war started years ago because U.S. citizens have been getting poisoned for years. If someone in the U.S. On U.S. soil was growing those drugs and selling them, they'd be incarcerated too. But they were selling, a foreign nation was selling it to millions of U.S. citizens and poisoning them. I also hate leftists of India for the same exact reason. They are fools, but are overconfident, even if they are really wrong. Well, you can't argue with emotion. You can't. You can't have a discussion with emotion because there's no logic there. It's just emotion. It's just how they feel about things. There's no logical reason as to anything. It's just about how they feel about something. Oh, going into a nation, dropping bombs feels bad. Well, of course it feels bad, but that has nothing to do with the actual situation. It's what needed to be done. The facts of the matter is, more U.S. citizens have died to the poison that's been shipped in than we killed soldiers of in the attack. Just pure facts right there. Because it's been going on for decades.
Amounts of destruction. As blackouts hit major cities. President Trump proudly announced he had taken their dictator, Maduro, stating he has now been captured and flown out of the country, posting this "Find Out meme" as operate.
F around, find out. Oh, remember, right-wing leader thinks of his own country, not others. That's what its definition. Yeah. You care about your own nation. It's what should be the priority. Do you know how many regime changes has U.S. done? Yeah. It was that kind of was started by our situation in the Middle East to begin with. We shouldn't be involved in conflicts. The problem is, I thought the U.S. bombed for oil. Yes, that's exactly what they do. That's why that happened. Sure, we've taken out a bunch of dictators, but a lot of the time we put them in place. Like what happened in the Middle East with like after 9/11 and a lot of those situations, we caused those problems. We took out Saddam Hussein, and then guess what? Several organizations took place. It's never, and we started by getting involved in just trying to take oil, trying to force ourselves into something. We don't belong in other nations' conflicts. The thing that's different with Venezuela is the United States people were being poisoned. Get that through your mind. Poisoned. It's a form of attack. Yeah, it just, like, war is never right, but if you look at things logically, there is a solution, and sadly, this was the outcome, because guess what? The dictator kept celebrating the fact that, oh, nothing's going to happen. Well, guess what? He's now incarcerated, and he's going to spend the rest of his life probably being tortured for information. That's just how it's going to be. And I'm pretty sure, guess what? Most of the Venezuelan people will be celebrating the fact. Indian right is center-left at best. Yeah, it's best to be more centric. You have to have an open mind to both sides. You can't just be like, oh, this is right because it's the right. This is right because it's the left. It's just so idiotic when people are like that, so close-minded. USA itself is one of the history's biggest war. Yeah. Even during the World War I and World War II, the U.S. was profiting off the war in World War II until Pearl Harbor was bombed. The U.S. was selling to everyone. That's a known fact, because we were the world's biggest supplier of arms and munitions, and Russia was our competitor, which is what basically led to the Cold War, because we were the two strongest powers, as China did their coup and ended up becoming another strong power. History's fascinating. It's freaking fascinating.
Absolute resolve was an absolute success.
To be able to drop in and take out a leader alive and remove him from the scene is just precision that's hard to comprehend at this point. How is the U.S. able to go in there, and reports now say, without any U.S. casualties, remove him from the scene?
And honestly, I'm still no fan of foreign intervention, but I also don't believe this is the beginning of a new 22-year-long war. But of course, the Democrats are gonna frame it this way, as dishonesty is pretty much their official policy, as Democrat puppets on TV rush to push this.
When you think about what the United States just did, I think there are very few Americans right now who have any idea why the United States did this.
Because the United States was being poisoned. It's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah. The fact that media is owned and controlled by corporations, and they just try to push their narrative, whatever can get them the most views or make them the most money, or not hurt the toes of the people who pay them. It's insane. China and Russia is gonna get hurt really bad with this action, as Venezuela is. Oh yeah. Venezuela, like they were the cornerstone in basically the Americas for China and Russia. Like what was it? Their oil tanker that the U.S. seized. I think it was China's oil tanker that was sent to Venezuela to send them aid, and the U.S. seized it and just took it for themselves because, well, you're aiding a national enemy. You're forfeiting it. So we took the oil tanker. The gas prices went down. Thank you. But I read somewhere majority of U.S. drug flow in from Mexico, and this is the strategic attack for Venezuela oil reserves. No, the majority, well, the cartels. There's a heavy amount of cartels, but it really was the shipping trade. Whether it's for the oil, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being a huge plus, because in the end, the majority of what the U.S. always does and why they always get, like, that's why we had those issues in the Middle East for decades, because we wanted oil. It was that simple. It was that simple, which led to the Twin Towers being like knocked over, which led to us basically going back in a stronger force. It's just the cause and effect. Taking out a dictator, trying to throw someone else in charge, as long as the U.S. doesn't have a hand in who gets elected, and it's a freedom for them to choose for themselves, better. Absolutely better, because then you can make better deals with the next person instead of having a puppet in charge and then you literally get everything you want. I think that's absolutely wrong.
Congresswoman, we're angry.
I'm angry on behalf of Americans, on behalf of Congress, and most importantly, on behalf of our service members who were put in harm's way.
But at least one Democrat senator did speak up on behalf of our military. But it didn't stop the rest of the party from using this as an opportunity to ask for more money. It's sad because...
But stealing their oil is illegal? Yes. Well, are you talking about the ones who are shipping it? They were sending it to a one who was at a conflict. But yeah, going to a nation and just taking something is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. That's why it's better to, if there's a problem, you just, yeah, because he wasn't going to listen to us. We tried discussing properly, coming to terms, and he just kept flaunting everything. And guess what? He after round, he found out. USA did what was right for their interests. Russia did the same. Yeah, every nation always does. Every nation, again, like I said, like I always say, every nation focuses on themselves. I feel they should focus on defense. And honestly, poisoning the American citizens is a huge step to basically be like, okay, we need to take action. Yeah. Hopefully the cartels go next.
The Democrats openly admit they knew next to nothing about the hows or the whys on this attack. But since it's President Trump, Democrats have to default to being against it, as social media users immediately feign anger, sharing their expertise in international law.
To take their president and then saying you're going to charge their president with criminal charges in our country is such an insane breach of sovereignty. I'm like,
Breach of sovereignty? I mean, they were illegally importing drugs into our nation.
so shook.
Claiming we're now at war.
We're officially at war with the President of Peace at the wheel of the ship with Venezuela.
Even denouncing our own soldiers.
Yo, so it's being reported right now that Caracas is under attack. This is a message for all active duty. If you ever get this, I want you to know something, that if you are in the Navy, if you are in the Air Force, and you are behind the bombing of Caracas, Venezuela,
You're honorable soldiers. You did your duty. Thank you. That's all that needs to be said. They're doing their duty. That's all that needs to be said.
America is not behind you. You will not be celebrated as a hero. You're a piece of shit.
Then asking our enemies to take our president.
I think I speak for all Americans when I say any country is welcome to kidnap our president.
But at least some liberals aren't idiots.
I am Trump's #1 hater. I am also Venezuelan, and let me tell you, for all of you that are commenting on social media, oh my god, no war, we didn't sign for this. Every single Venezuelan that is not working for the government, the dictatorship that has been in place for more than 25 years, we are stoked.
And hopefully this is a red pill moment for
It's like, yes, it's something that needed to be done. It's something that needed to be done. The problem is no matter what happens now, everyone's going to assume that whoever gets elected into office will be a puppet. Will be a puppet. But the thing is, something needed to come to a head. It'll probably be 10 years before it all blows over. After the elections start going through, after they have one election and then another election, and probably by the third election, and they've been having rotating leaders, then it'll probably boil down to, okay, it's probably not a puppet at this point. But the problem is everyone's going to assume it's going to be a figurehead that's placed there. Heck, who knows? It might be. It might be.
for her. As it's easy for the Democrats to lie to you through the TV, celebrities, and social media censorship, but once they try to push through a lie about something you are an absolute expert in, you should then realize everything they've told you is also likely a lie. But that didn't stop New York City from immediately staging this completely organic and not foreign-funded protest.
A massive criminal bombing campaign on Venezuela.
It is a breach of sovereignty on Venezuela. It is not the first time U.S. did something like this. U.S. has no legal right to invade, but hey, they won their war fair and square without much damage to any. They have the right. They have the right. Like, the thing is, there were discussions to come to the table. There were discussions to come to terms. There were discussions. It's you know, this is the outcome when people don't talk, when people don't come to terms, when people can't see eye to eye. This is like the extreme outcome when someone's causing a problem and the other one's asking to. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I don't know, because like if, like the same thing could be said. Like imagine Pakistan shipping in tons of drugs into India, causing the deaths of multiple. Just bringing in poison, constantly. I mean, who would not see that as an act of war? Who would not see that as an act of, and just completely being okay with it? Especially when the leadership is part of the organization. Somebody tell them protesters, world isn't poppies and sunshine. Yeah, they don't care. All these protests and everything, it's brain rotted people who basically have too much time on their hands, who live off the government, getting paid consistently for doing nothing.
This war is about taking control of Venezuela.
Now, somebody...
You know, that could be true. That's the thing. It's like we won't know for a few years. People will be suspecting that America will be in charge for several years, and who knows? Who knows?
He printed out a bunch of signs alluding that this is about oil, with Reddit repeating this in absolutely every thread, trying to cement this is about oil. But even in the liberal media, Venezuelans correct the record.
How often do you hear the phrase blood for oil in Venezuela?
It's a question that we absolutely need to reframe here. And I am certain that every Venezuelan will support what I'm about to say. He's essentially a dictator. For 25 years, he has been torturing, imprisoning people, leading to the largest refugee crisis practically in the world. So this is absolutely not about oil. This is about us as a nation wanting to come back to the fold of Western democratic nations.
As a left's propaganda...
There you go. There you go. Like that's the thing. Even if America wanted to get oil, the Venezuelan people are happy about it. It's funny how the argument falls apart when the people themselves are happier that the dictator is gone. I don't get it, how some people think a dictator in power is great because Trump is a dictator. I haven't seen Trump arresting people who speak ill of him. I haven't seen Trump torturing people. Oh, he's using ICE to round people up. Guess what? People who broke the law to get here illegally. My father came from Mexico legally. My wife came from India legally. I have nothing to worry about. It's those who have came here illegally, broke the law, who have something to worry about. I hate that. I hate those people who are just like, no. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's what's best for our nation to get rid of those people who don't belong. It's best for our nation to get rid of a dictator who has been constantly poisoning our nation.
And a machine is getting desperate, where they previously propped up minority and immigrant voices, but now they're saying the exact opposite of the liberal elites, so nobody is buying their blatant lies anymore, as they recently called this a Venezuelan fishing boat, now conveniently forgetting how Maduro's forces literally ran over protesters. But the worst part about it is how Biden was also saying millions suffered under Maduro, constantly slamming President Trump because he allegedly admired him. As if this same exact attack occurred under the Democrats, every single leftist would be cheering it on, proving once again the left isn't necessarily against the overthrowing of a literal dictator, it's just that the Trump derangement syndrome has completely cut out their ability to think critically. But forget what American leftists think when the Venezuelans are ecstatic, celebrating
and celebrating. It doesn't matter what other nations think when the nation that is in question is the happy one. In the end, it's my opinion, doesn't really matter. It's other people who think America did something wrong, doesn't really matter. It's the people of the nation it affected. It's their thoughts that matter. That's it. Plain and simple. And anyone who says otherwise is deluding themselves. Absolutely deluding themselves. A few years ago, Pac mass dumped drugs in Punjab, but now Indian Army has almost stopped it. Yep, some attempts are also only successful. Yeah. I mean, because they're bringing in poison. You have to stop it. You have to stop it. Yeah. I mean, let's not go there. Whether Trump is a good leader or not, it's a very gray area. Well, that's the thing. Every nation has gray areas. Every nation does things that are wrong. Every nation does things that are good. The thing is to not care about what we think who are not involved. It's to actually see what the people there are thinking, what the people there are saying. But our agency captures some and some get successful. Oh, Pakistan is doing the same. Everybody, please be respectful or you will be put in a timeout. Yeah, that's something. Well, it's not being disrespectful. I think it's being somewhat, Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Some people just don't seem to know how to be polite. Bro, you already reached the Sandman video channel, India Fatigue. Oh, another one. Yeah, react to another one. At some point. Leftist Islamists destroyed Bengal, and now they are coming for USA. Well, the left is always the target. Like, that's what, like I saw a video the other day of someone in Canada who had escaped Iran, and he was worried about living in Canada because he was seeing the same thing happen in Canada that happened in Iran, because he was saying that the extremists attack the left first. Like, they get involved in the left, like it's unity and left, and then they completely take it over.
Everywhere in the streets. Literally crying tears of joy.
These are historical news. This is history in the making. I mean, my chest, it feels like it's gonna explode with joy.
Trump can rescue an entire country from an oppressive dictatorship, and somehow the left will start turning on U.S. servicemen. But their Trump derangement has finally gone too far, as even on hyper-left Reddit, trying to recruit for a protest in Los Angeles, as all the top comments calling it out, with actual Venezuelans speaking against this protest, saying, how can you be against Putin but for Maduro? Demanding that Reddit copy Twitter and implement geotagging to find the foreign influencers and bots. And when the literal information desert that is Reddit starts questioning their official narrative, the Democrats have zero hope in defending this, as the smallest aspect about this story seems insignificant, but the fact that they use this incident to fundraise off of is the ultimate mask-off moment. Under Biden, they were decrying Trump's alleged support of Maduro, asking for money to beat Trump. But now that Trump has arrested Maduro, the Democrats are somehow now against it, again asking for more money to beat Trump, making it abundantly obvious the left doesn't have values, goals, or at the very least, consistency. They just want more of your money. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription and you'll subscribe to Decoy. Or if you want
Decoy voice. Oh, I love his videos. My wife thinks he sounds funny. The weird voiced. Oh, yeah. That's the thing. It's like, in the end, are the people happy? How much they hated that guy to look that happy. Yeah. Oh, like, that's the thing. It's just like, in the end, are the people of the nation happy? Like, nobody like, sure, everyone could speculate. Oh, it was a plant for oil. Oh, it was. Who cares? I doubt the Venezuelan people care. I doubt they finally get to have a democratic society. They can finally possibly elect a leader if it's not a U.S. plant. I got to say that just in case, because you never know. It was for oil, but people are at least happy. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We don't know, but I don't know. I'm not the leader of the U.S. government. I mean. In the end, there's so many people wanting so many different things. Maybe it was a stipend. Maybe there was a background deal done with someone who was gonna end up taking charge. And he was like, hey, if you take him, I can be the next one in line and I'll let you have X amount of oil for X amount of price. Who knows? I mean, I don't. I'm not involved. Wasn't the Secret Service on the ground. I wasn't boots on the ground doing all the discussions and all of that. Yeah. So, sir, USA has done right, but the way it is done has set an example for other nations to do the same. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. 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 I mean, you defend your house. You defend your house. Someone's sleeping poison into your house. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Like, that's the thing. You have to look at every nation as a household. And then you go from each nation, every state in that nation is a household to each other. With how you relate, you wouldn't want someone poisoning your food in your house and affecting your kids. I mean, you just, yeah, it's that simple. It's that simple. You just have to look at it from a smaller perspective. Because if you step back and look at everything, I mean, who's played Risk? I mean, everything is close by. Everything is close by. If you look at it that way, sure, it takes longer for things to happen, because guess what? It takes longer for things to happen because it's on a bigger scale. Yeah, but in the end, I believe it should be those who take care of themselves. Yes, there are some households that are a little too extreme in their religion. Yes, there are some households who literally are more free love in all that. Maybe some nudist households around. That's the thing. No neighbor is exactly the same as you. And if you look at that in a nation standpoint, it's the same. It's the same. It's just about finding the house that fits best for you. What house? Like, if you don't feel like you fit in your nation, look for a nation that you feel more comfortable in. It's that simple. It's that simple. Bro, why Donald Trump hate Indians? I don't know about that. I can't say for sure. Yeah. I mean, the vice president's wife is Indian. Yeah, but I've gone on long enough with that one. But I gotta say, I did enjoy seeing that. I did enjoy seeing that. Oh, I need to see more of these ice raids. I enjoy seeing those too. Get them out of here!
You guys got a video? What's so bad?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.